I am on the baby side. I think you guys need to be more respectful of us babies, all right? The map is too hard for us, sadly.
But I'm usually able to at least get an average 1 to 2 of the tower bunkers, and oftentimes I'm able to even find the traitor if they are going for
No,
tower
I
bunkers.
feel like
sorry,
I feel like
but,
this map requires more
Trader just goes off and
communication.
opens those tower bunkers right away.
Yeah,
There is no.
Everyone I've met in this game's been pretty awesome so far. I try to avoid telling them that I'm a giant baby. It's a big, it's a big thing that I don't like getting out. But here we go, it's out. I'm a baby and I hate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PodPieSpal Debate. I hope everyone's having a nice, great evening. Tonight we have a full crew. We have 4v4 debate. It's been a while and this is super exciting to me. Let me just check if we have some audio. And we do have audio. Awesome. How's everyone going to Giant? I've seen we have already been raided twice. Moose with the raid. Yoshiman with the raid. That is awesome. We already started the debate with a lot of people. Everybody says don't listen to pizza. No, you need to listen to pizza. It's important. It's important. So tonight, big question. We're going to talk about the Project Winter latest map, the map that's called Deep Woods. Some people think this map is unbalanced and unfair for the Survivor team, and some people do not. So this is what we're going to talk tonight. So we have 8 debaters tonight. It's going to be very good. We're going to give them, each of them, a minute and a half to introduce themselves, tell us what they think about the topic, what is their experience with the game, and where we can find them. So usually I always start by the blue team. I want to do something different tonight. I will start by the red team. So Dudeman, floor is yours.
Sorry, that threw me for a loop. Hello, DudemanOG. Team Deepwoods is okay, not super hard. You guys are babies. You can find me on
That's right, yeah.
Twitch. You can find me on Twitch at DudemanOG. That's really it for now. I'm excited to see the bad points the other team makes.
Awesome. FTL.
Hi, I'm FTL. I'm on team Deep Woods is good as well. I have a similar opinion to that dude, man. The fact that the other team just needs to get good at the game. I'll pass it on to Moose.
Awesome. By the way, FTL, if you can put your microphone just a little bit higher, that'd be awesome because you are a bit low. Oh, that's much better. Mr. Moose.
Is this the self-promo section as well?
Yeah.
As well, yeah. But tell us who you are, what you think of the game, when you think of the topic, and at the end you can plug yourself. You're also gonna be able to plug yourself at the end as well.
Awesome. Well, my name's MmooseHD or Nolan, and I played Project Winter. First when it was released, a little bit after, and then I just burn out every now and then, like every other game. But anyways, Deep Woods is okay. I agree with Dude Man. Y'all are some babies, and I'm not super fond of the map, but I stand on this red side. So although it should be like blue, because that seems more positive. But yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Moose. By the way, and Qwippr's been here once. I think it's your second appearance, isn't it?
Yes.
We're so glad to have us with us. So you can give us your intro over here.
Hi, I'm Qwippr, and I am on Team Red. Deep Woods is just fine, so ditto what everybody else has said so far. And you can find me at Qwippr at Twitch. I stream sporadically, and yeah.
Thank you very much for being here tonight. Let's hand it over to what is being called our baby team so far. So, Olish, if you want to go first, the floor is yours.
All right, so I am Hollu. I stream sometimes on Hollushi. All my social platforms are Hollushi. I am on the baby side. I think you guys need to be more respectful of us babies, all right? The map is too hard for us, sadly. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is.
Awesome. Peezer plays. You are muted, Peezer. We cannot hear you.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go.
Peezer plays. I've been on Twitch for 8 years now. Found Project Winter at the start of the pandemic, and I've been kind of hooked on it ever since. I managed to get a partner program, whatever they call it, with them about a year ago.
Congrats.
Yeah, everyone I've met in this game's been pretty awesome so far. I try to avoid telling them that I'm a giant baby. It's a big, it's a big thing that I don't like getting out, but here we go. It's out. I'm a baby and I hate it.
Awesome. RealDealTealSeal.
Oh, I'm RealDealTealSeal. I stream on Twitch. You can catch me Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and I've been playing Project Winter for about a year. I'm affiliated with the game as well, or whatever, and I am on the stance that Deep Woods is not balanced.
Not balanced. Excellent. And last but not least, Sul. Sul, who also like Qwippr, is here for the second time. So thanks so much for coming back. We appreciate your appearance last time, and we're super happy to have you back. So if you want to go with your intro, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Hi. I'm against everything the red team stands for, except for Moose. Moose is amazing. But yeah. You guys can all fight me personally on this, but you're wrong completely. It is totally unfair to survivors, and even to the traitors. It's just a fuckfest, considering your teammates.
Considering your teammates.
That's what I'm gonna dive
That's
into
why
that
you're going to
later
come
on,
in
but-
later. Okay. I don't want to spoil anything. Awesome. So here we are, guys. That's our two teams for tonight. Blue team over there on top that will argue that the Deepwood mats is indeed unbalanced and unfair and too easy for the traitor side. And the red team down there will argue that no, the Deepwood mat is indeed very balanced and maybe it's a survivor problem if they don't win. So quick recap for everyone who doesn't know Project Winter. Project Winter is a social deduction games when two teams fight against each other. There's a survivor team of 6 players that try to escape a map. 2 traitors try to blend in and to try to stop them for accomplishing their role. The Deepwood is a brand new map that was released a few months ago. What is it? October, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, October.
And this map is much different than all the other maps from the game. It's been created in such a way that is very, very different from the structures of the other map. I think we will be talking about that a bit tonight. So what we're going to do tonight, I have a few questions I've prepared. We will structure this debate in 3 different sections. We will be having 3 sections of 30 minutes. We will be taking 5-minute breaks between each sections to run a few ads and give our debaters time to go refill their water or whatever drink they have tonight and go to the bathroom. So that's pretty much it. One more thing we have this brand new system right here that we initiated last week, but I think we perfected this week. We have a nice ticker running on the bottom of the screen. So Peezer is helping us, and she will be making sure that some comments will be appearing on the bottom of the screen. Also, if you have questions you want to ask our debaters, please make sure to ask your question in chat with a very clear interrogation mark at the end. Peezer and I will make sure to have these questions show up on screen when we ask them. This is going to be awesome. This will look super professional. So without further ado, that's pretty much it. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We will start in a few seconds. Make sure to follow and subscribe to this stream. We have a debate every week so far. This is episode 11. That's incredible. We already did 10 episodes so far. Most of them are on YouTube, so if you want to watch the previous debates, just find my page on YouTube, Asparagus Daiquiri on YouTube. You will see the 9 previous debates. Episode 10 is coming up, and episode 11 that we have today will be up so far. So without further ado, are we ready, guys? Want to start the fight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will want to go first question, which a very, very easy question here, the first section. And I would like to know from both of you what makes this map balanced or what makes this map unbalanced, and what's the main issue according to you with this map. This is the debate section, so you can interrupt each other. Don't feel free to interrupt. Speaking out of each other is indeed accepted and very well. It's not frowned upon. So this is debate. Make sure to go. And wow, Pizza Talks with the 5 gifts up. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Pizza, thanks you. We have Cry, Brutang, Feta Cheese, Nikki, Conop, yeah, Pizza. That's not how you unsub. No, I think you messed up. If you wanted to unsub Pizza, you did the opposite. Thanks so much. So First question, blue team. We'll start with you guys. One of you would have to jump in. What makes this map unbalanced? And then red team will counter with that. So, Peezer, Hollu, Sul, Real, one of you, jump in.
Tower bunkers.
That's it. Literally, that's what I was gonna say too. Like that's. It would be a hell of a lot
Fucking
closer
insane, dude.
if it was just one. We got 3. That's all it takes. That in the time it takes to make a weapon, you have almost enough points to open 3 bunkers with
Here's the
possibly
thing.
12 drinks.
The tower
Yeah, like
bunkers
as a traitor, I don't gotta go. I don't gotta do anything. I
You
gotta
gotta go
open one
far.
crate,
They
I
don't.
gotta take
They don't
anything,
move.
Go
They
open
don't
the 3
move.
tower bunkers.
Tower bunkers
and then...
aren't trader exclusive.
That you're not wrong,
No, of course not.
but
And
I can do that by
me-
myself. I don't need you,
Especially because you have to get like 3 people. It's kind of
and I can do
you
it
have to get 3
about
people
20
to
times
talk
faster
about
than
the
a
first
hacker can.
objective.
I'm trying to remember if someone in this debate was with me the other day when we played the game. We played. It was Deep Woods. We got into a band of 3 survivors. We didn't even grab a melee. We just ran off. We got 2 to 3 tower bunkers. Out of us, 2 of us had guns and we were buffed. And then we found the traitor in the 3rd tower bunker. And
How
just
many
killed him.
times do you
We
do that?
let him
though?
live because we were feeling nice. It's
But how many
actually
times do you
really
actually
easy.
do-
If you just
No,
oftentimes
but
I
to be
have to do
honest,
it.
how many times do you do that in the game? Like just casually, do you meet random people online? How many times do you get them to actually do that? with you?
Oftentimes
Yeah.
on Deep Woods, I am able to get people. Sometimes I have to let them craft a melee, but I'm usually able to at least get an average 1 to 2 of the tower bunkers, and oftentimes I'm able to even find the traitor if they
Yeah, and
are going for
no,
I feel
I'm
like
sorry,
I feel like
but,
this map
you,
requires
the
more
trader just goes off and
communication.
opens those tower bunkers right away.
Yeah,
There
but
is
you see-
no.
I feel like this
people
map
going
requires
off
more
and opening them.
communication and stuff with your teammates. So maybe it's a difference between who's good at communicating with teammates, whether they're random or not, and getting them to do the same thing at the same time, or like go with you, do some stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe you guys just run into a lot of people that just don't want to do what you want to do with them.
Also, the chat. I was about to say what Red 5 just said. He's been talking about this for a while now. They're getting nerfed.
So,
Yeah, I don't know
I
if
mean,
red
we all
5
know that
just.
there's a gun problem in Project Winter, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why am I going off into those deep wood bunkers and getting a multitude of weapons? Last night I played a game and I came across 6 different guns that I had in my inventory at one point.
Yeah, I will take this on the side of if I'm a survivor and we go into the. Oftentimes on Deep Woods, I try to get a party of people I trust. I'll go into the Deep Woods, and oftentimes we'll come with guns. And now we're a really powerful group of survivors. I just think Deep Woods is very plentiful for both traders and survivors. But the
But
problem
who
is
do you know to
survivors
trust?
so often just don't take advantage of this large amount of resources.
But you get a trader that does teleport and half your survivor team's dead in the first teleport because of those wolves.
Traders can
Just
die to those
all-
wolves just as well.
All it takes is 1 point to get 4 drinks, possibly more, and you're already, so much more buff than even your trader partner who's just looking for crates.
So I hope here red 5 did not just break all the blue side's argument, but red 5 here said, fun fact, I'm nerfing tower bunkers. So
Well, that's fine, but we're talking
it
about
is-
the current state of the game.
We're
not
talking about
the
it today.
future state of the game.
It's
Moose,
probably the
remember when
biggest
we played
complaint.
Deep Woods? Like on your last stream, how we had to, it was like pulling teeth to get them to just follow me to do the objective itself. Something we all need to get done.
That is a problem with the lobby, not with the map.
Well, yeah, but when you're playing with
Right,
randoms, it's
right.
like pulling teeth to get
Yeah.
people to do anything.
And then you're
necessarily.
saying
But
that you
that's
can get
not
like
a
depending on
Deep
the
Woods
lobby.
problem.
No, that's not a
depending
deep
on the
woods
lobby.
No,
problem.
but
That's
then
a
even with
problem
Deep Woods though, it's I'm in a map with it. Anyone in the lobby, if I say, "Oh, let's go for the bunkers" or anything, you guys' whole argument just a minute ago was, "Oh, it depends on like your communication skills with people to
Yes.
get to bunkers
Wasn't that
first."
your argument?
And unfortunately, and this happens
No,
in
that was
any
your
other map,
argument with
is
Peezer.
sometimes
Not Peezer, with
when you get
FTL.
sometimes you just get a team of people that just don't listen, and that's unfortunate truth of Project Winter, not an unfortunate truth of Deep Woods.
Okay, but if you don't get
It's not-
It still applies though.
Applies in any map.
Yeah, but if
Well,
it applies
there's
with every
nothing-
map, what's the difference if it applies with every map? Then you
The
might as well
difference
say
is also
every
the fact
map
that
is.
the wolves
I mean, aren't
and
we
bears
discussing
are
every map
twice
so
the health.
far?
Now we're
No.
discussing deep woods right now.
We're just
Yeah, we're
Well,
discussing
well,
deep
so
woods.
far. All right, whatever.
But I
If
want to
it's
know
a
what
problem in all the
problem.
maps,
Okay,
does that
I want to
mean
know
all
what
the maps
problem
are
is.
unbalanced?
So I want to know what problem is specific to these maps. So what you're explaining here seems to be something that could apply to every map, like lack of communication between teams.
Exactly.
Are we saying that this map requires more communication?
Yes.
Yeah, it requires a definitely higher skill set of survivors, which
Yeah.
I think if you're playing with, say, the I guess the 9 of us here, there's 9 of us in total, that's not an issue. But if we're talking about the rest of the community, there is an issue.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing saying that you have to go into the deep woods until second objective as a survivor. Anyway,
Well, no. What if you get
Um,
like a teleport like 3 minutes in because this
well-
trader's gone and gotten enough credits to do that, which is very possible.
If the trader does a teleport 3 minutes in, they're not going to have enough buffs to kill triple wolves, so the trader can equally just get screwed over themselves.
I mean, if I got full health, I can kill the triple wolves myself, so I don't need
yeah, I
full
guess you
more
can.
health.
But your argument is a majority of players can't.
Yeah, but
Your
I mean,
argument-
if
you're
people are
saying that
low,
Specific about her, though.
the average lobby, even with full health, most trader I've seen an average lobby trader nearly had 2k health and they died to 3 wolves.
I have
Now,
a, I
I
have
would
a,
be able to
well,
kill
that's
those
just a
wolves.
lack of skill in that trader.
That's
I have a
So
rough.
question.
you were
I have a question
saying-
for blue
Problem
team.
with newer players,
Go ahead, question for-
especially, they don't have that skill level to handle woods.
I have a
Yes,
question for blue
please.
team since you keep referencing the rest of the community. Let's just say you throw all however many of us are in here in a lobby on Deep Woods. Would
Then
you
it's a
complain
great
about
map.
Deep Woods still?
No, it's
Then-
a great map.
then
for
there's- the
people who
issue
are
isn't-
skilled, because
Then the
it
issue
brings that
isn't Deep
balance
Woods.
in.
Check.
Then the issue
I
isn't
would
Deep
still
Woods. It's
complain.
the lobby.
Have
If
a
you won't
lobby of
complain
people
about
that
Deep
don't know
Woods
what
when
they're
we're
doing,
when we're
then you
all
run into
like
those issues.
when we're all experienced and we're all in Deep Woods and you don't complain about it and it's a great time, what's the difference between all inexperienced and all on Deep Woods?
Because you get
Yeah.
everybody just dying.
Yeah, but if everyone's dying, then what's the difference
You're not
between
Okay,
playing
so Moose,
Like,
what I understand here is that the blue team seems to say that this map, this specific map, requires more communication than
Yeah.
any other map. Is that the
I
point
think-
here?
I think
No.
it's just
Requires more
harder.
skill.
I think it's just harder.
It's
And
both.
I mean, that's just, I think since there's multiple different maps, they all vary in difficulty. What's wrong with a harder map? Like, what, don't you want difficulty in a game that adds a challenge to it?
Map is unbalanced. It's just more
Yeah, but if it's your
difficult.
first or second game, it's kind of a.
or just
Yeah, but-
put radio crates really close to the cabin for this map. So I
Oh.
mean, there's your fix.
But that doesn't change the bunker problem, which again, like
no, but that's
I'm
the
not.
communication problem.
Yeah, that's true.
That you mentioned yet earlier.
That's true.
So that's
Bunkers
one
also
thing.
supply you like double the amount of normals, or they have the chance to. So like, yes, the gun exists, but I've never had an issue with second being fixed in like more than 5 minutes, if that even.
Yeah, second.
Because you
I
open
always
one
find is
bunker and you're like,
very
oh, I
easy
have
to
all the parts
find.
already.
Yeah, so second is definitely a lot easier in Deep Woods, which balance out the more difficulty of first objective, I find.
How
So-
is it easier when there's so many wolves around it?
Because first of all, if everyone's going to second, 3 wolves aren't hard to kill. And second of all, there's so many parts. The bunkers almost have double the amount of parts. And oftentimes with second objective, you only need to open 2, sometimes 3 bunkers on a normal map. Now on this map, you pretty much only have to open 1 or 2, and then second's done, assuming it's parts. If it's batteries, then it is a little more difficult, but batteries is batteries. And wolf objectives is pretty much the exact same as any other map.
Moose said something earlier. I want to come back to it. You said that this map is harder, and I'm paraphrasing you. If I tell you wrong, please correct me. I understood that you say this map is harder by design, and there's no problem with that. Given that the map rotation is totally random, and you have no idea what map you are gonna play if you play in a public lobby, is that a problem to have some harder maps that you could end up playing, and maybe you don't want it to be a harder map?
No, because if it's equal chance as just as like an easy map, like a standard map, then I don't see an issue. Like there's challenge, and I like challenge because it adds something to the game. Replayability. Oh, let's get better at this, rather than just like, oh, this map's too hard the 5 times I've played it.
Nothing's wrong with challenge. You're not wrong, but how
Let me
often do you
just
run into a trader with
disconnect.
4K health and just get bent over? Like it happens. I've seen
Are
more
you
way
alone?
overpowered
On
traders.
Deep Woods, here's the thing.
No.
On Deep Woods, if
You don't need to be
are-
alone to lose to a 4K trader.
If you're playing Deep Woods
I
correctly,
watched
you're
Peezer
going to
rep
have
the whole
guns
lobby yesterday.
counter a 4K health trader because there's just so many gun parts and so many guns. And so if you have you and your buddy, you can take down a 4K trader because you're most likely going to have a trank because those tower bunkers can give tranks and the regular bunkers give tranks. At least
And now
someone
I'm
might
talking
have it,
talking
and
about that
then-
4K trader. Yet he probably has those tranks. He
Yeah.
probably has the gun.
Guns.
He's probably
Okay,
the one
well,
that
here's the
has more
thing.
than you
If-
did right off the
if there's
get
How did
one
he get the
traitor
gun?
Got his.
and
Didn't he
two or
have to
more
fight a bear
survivors-
for that gun?
Nope.
No.
Not
No, I
necessarily.
went into a
Not
bunker last
necessarily.
night and got a sniper out of it. Just
No.
full blown sniper, ready to go. Which I get
No.
it. They want the map to be a bit more of a shootout, but it's gonna go back the same thing every time. You can get 12 drinks in under 5 minutes with just enough time that it makes it make a weapon and mess around to the cabin. Like, bye.
Yeah, let's be honest. You don't even have to fight Jeremy to get those drinks
No.
either. So
Well, we're gonna
you
come
want
back to
to.
Jeremy later. That's another topic I have for tonight. But so yeah, Qwippr, I would have to agree with the blue team here. There's absolutely in the
Picking
correct side of
sides
the game.
Already.
No. I took your
No.
side
You're
already,
taking
dude.
sides? What?
No, I'm bringing the point that you do not need to fight to get these guns. They are rampant and they are everywhere, and it's super easy to get them. But I would say that for both team though. I would say both team get
Yeah, I was
easy
about to
access to those
say,
guns.
doesn't that mean if
That's
they're everywhere,
neutral.
both survivors can get them too?
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Dude, right there.
But the issue
got
is not
a-
like,
I got a
oh yeah,
mediator,
both survivors
mediator.
and traders can get the guns. It's the traders can get the energy drinks faster as well as the guns, so then they can win out in a shootout with just a 1-on-1, if not even a 2-on-2, depending on where they start off, lower or higher than us.
Okay, speaking of the towers, then wouldn't it be a good strategy? I'm gonna side with the red team with this one. Wouldn't it be a good strat for the survivor just to at the start of the game just make a little group with a hacker or just three people and just go and scout the tower right away and just go get the drinks to make sure the traitor do not get these super
I
drinks?
can confirm it is a very
would be a
powerful
good
strat.
That
strat.
is,
It's
that's
not
a great
fun
But
strat.
it's about
It's,
having
you have to do
every
that with
single game
Of
be
the
other
the
team
people.
same.
and their willingness
Not
to
every
do that.
single game. It's the 1 in 8 chance of you getting this map.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Every-
I have played
every
once last
single-
night.
every single
game
game
on
on
the
that map, you probably would have to do that if you want to like.
But
Have
there's different things.
better
that you just-
chance.
That's just how the map goes, bro.
Yes,
It's
and
just
we're
one
not saying
map.
like
It's not the entire game. I don't think it would like ruin the game.
Moose.
No.
I'm not. I don't. The map I like. I don't have a. I do enjoy the map. It's just I do find it unfair at times with the fact that okay, if you're having to, if you have to dig parts in that map as your first objective, then you have to go to different regions. If you're in the northwest corner and you get jumped by 3 wolves or a bear that you're passing by as well, you can get downed easily by a traitor being a sheep just falling with you, and you'll be just dead and no one will know. Coming back around and whatnot. So the
Okay.
map is more of like, okay, you have to go with like a bigger group, which makes it less of an opportunity to go around the entire map and find more of the things that you need to find. Because
Okay.
you're having to be with a bigger group.
Okay, I mean, all I could say about that is whether you're experienced or inexperienced people might just run into the problems that you guys are talking about and then realize, okay, I need to go with a bigger group. And maybe more experienced people might be like, okay, let's go with big group. Because it's not impossible to win on backwoods, deep woods.
No, it's not impossible. It's just harder.
And yeah, it's harder. And it just keeps sounding like you guys are afraid of a challenge. And the challenge
yeah,
is
No,
to
I'm
get,
not
is to
afraid
get
of
a bigger
challenge.
group
I enjoy
to
the
go.
We're not-
I feel like you
The
guys
whole
just,
argument things like we're afraid of it. I enjoy the challenge of it. It's just like, but I can see how it's unfair in a sense of like you're constantly having to like, okay, solo, you have to do a lot more tasks to do than it is like, okay, if you want to just do one of the bigger maps, or if you want to do like fucking even gondola, okay, you can do the gondola solo, yes. We had a discussion last time where it's you can just if it's parts in the first objective, fine, do the parts. You can dig it out yourself within the first 5 minutes, have it back, finish the objective, and then go and do the second one because you've probably seen it by going down the gondola. I've done it plenty of times like that. But in Deep Woods, if you're going to by yourself to do the part, like to dig up the parts, or if you're going out to just do, just to get like a bunker with a traitor, you're not just worried that, oh, I might be with 2 traitors. You're worried, oh, we might get jumped by wolves or whatnot. Or we might be attacked by a bear or whatnot with triple the health than it usually has, which is a lot more of a worry than it is on like, any other map.
That's the one thing I wanted to point out. So far, I've asked what makes this map specifically harder than the other ones. We've heard about the towers. We've heard about the requirement for more teamwork on this map. And so far, I don't think anyone has spoken a lot about the animals. One of the distinctive about the animals, for those who don't know the map, is that the northern parts of the map and the western and eastern parts are covered in the darkness. And in these areas, the animals are more prevalent, and they also are either stronger or more resilient to damage, which makes it both. They're both? Okay. Which makes it a very scary place to be on your own. Does that influence the opinion you have why this map is either balanced or imbalanced? And how does these animals come into the balance of the discussion? I think Sul just touched on it.
The animals are an equal threat to both the traitors and a survivor. For one of my first games I was already it wasn't my first game, but within the first month of the map coming out, I was a buffed up survivor, and I absolutely got mauled by wolves. And as a survivor, I've died plenty of times too. It's a very similar threat to both factions. And even then, there's a severe, for me at least, I've always found there's a severe lack of herbs. So when I'm a buffed up traitor, that can really hurt. And when I'm a survivor, it's probably going to get me killed. So it's either going to weaken me as a traitor or get me killed as a survivor, which are both pretty bad for both sides.
But traitors have a higher chance of getting medkits due to the fact that they do spawn in the traitor crates.
The medkits aren't the most, you can't rely on medkits all the time.
And just in general, they have more health. So
they have more health, but like I said, I've always struggled on deep woods. I don't know why, but I always struggle to find herbs, which means I got into a fight with 3 wolves, and I wasn't even able to fully heal in the next 5 minutes when I had to take a fight. I was only getting a couple of herbs, which means I was about, I don't know, wasn't half health, but I was only a little bit over half health, and I lost the fight most likely because of it, because I couldn't find herbs. And so it's definitely a disadvantage to both sides. It's not just, oh, I killed the wolves and heal up. It's the wolves affect both sides, I'd say, almost equally. So,
Teal, Hollushi, it's been a while. Anything to say on this topic?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Teal here. The wolves and bears are absolutely fucking insane on this map. I think I've died more times than I've escaped as traitor and survivor. One time, both me and my traitor partner died to 3 wolves, 3 wolves, 2 boosted traitors.
You are roboting a little, although maybe give a second to your internet to get his shit together. I'll go to Teal and we'll come back to you after. Don't worry about it.
Rude way to say it.
I don't know. I think traitors have a little bit of an advantage with the animals just because they have the opportunity to hit up all the towers and get all those drinks immediately.
Survivors have the opportunity to hit the towers too.
Yeah, but you're gonna get a solo traitor that's gonna go hit all 3 up before you can get a group of survivors.
Even if you can craft 3 melees and get 3 survivors, you can almost guarantee to get at least 1 of the 3 bunkers.
I don't even have to craft a melee. I can do that by the time I walk out of the door.
Yeah,
I can go open a door.
If I craft
and then 1 crate, I got the rest of them.
The other day, we didn't craft a melee. We ran out. We got 2 of the 3 tower bunkers before the traitors. And we even caught the traitor in the action.
But who are you playing with that did that? Because it wasn't a random group of people.
It was half random, I believe. So
okay,
so
but
you
who
and one person that you knew.
Non-half randoms went off and did that with you then?
No.
I don't think random is a good argument.
No.
Only because every map has a different strategy, and if you are new to the game,
you don't know the strategy.
You're not going to know which strategy to use regardless. So you just have to learn. And I don't know. I think you're as vulnerable on this map as you are on any other ones.
Okay, we are 2 minutes away from the ad break. I just want to give it back to Olu because we interrupted earlier. Olu, if you want to try that again. I know it's not your fault. It sounds much better now.
Okay, good. I'm sorry about that. My internet is dog.
The geckos.
Yes, but yeah, I think the wolves pose a huge threat to both traitor and survivor, and I cannot argue that the wolves are imbalanced. I think if anything, they're a little hard for both traitor and survivor, at least when I'm one of them. But yeah, the animals are crazy.
Yeah, well, that's not an issue with the balance of traitor versus survivor. That's just an issue of the map being hard.
Yeah.
Which is what we're debating, if the map is balanced or not.
Unbalanced. And it is balanced.
On balance, which makes it balanced. Is that what you said, FTL?
No, I just said it's harder. which I didn't say it's unbalanced.
Is it
Fire
harder
applies
for
to both
Survivor or for Traitors or for both
I'd
teams?
say it's about equal. I'd say it's harder for both teams.
Okay.
Even then, though, the great thing about it is it's just you get a lot of guns, which allow you to kill off all these animals.
Wow. Okay.
So.
We're gonna fight on this one about being a great thing, having a lot of guns, but that's another debate. Guys, we will be taking our first break tonight. It's already been 35 minutes, so we will be taking a 5-minute break. I will be running some ads in here. Debaters are gonna take a little break, go to bathroom, get some water, refill the drink. We will be back in 5 minutes. We still have 2 topic I want to touch tonight, so this is far from over. We are just starting. Thank you everyone for being here. 30 viewers, that is awesome. If you like what you see here, make sure to follow and subscribe to the channel and send a link to your friends. We want this to be the biggest debate we had so far. So far we had 4 versus 4. So guys, we will be right back. Welcome back to the debate show, guys. We are back tonight. We took a 5-minute breaks and we are back for more. We have at least 2 more sections to this upcoming debate tonight. We are discussing the Deepwood maps in Project Winter, which is the brand new map that was released a few months ago. We have 2 teams here. Blue team here arguing that the Deepwood map is unfair, unbalanced, and too hard for the Survivor team. And we have the red team down there who argues quite the opposite, that this map is pretty balanced, pretty fair, and it's a good map to go on. So first part of the debate, we discussed what makes this map balanced and our blue team here listed the points that the map has too many tower bunkers, which contains too many good items. Red team counter argued that these towers are available to everyone, so it's not a good argument. We also talked about the map needing more coordination than on any other maps on the Survivor team, and we also talked about the animals being a problem on this map. So that being said, I have a few more questions that I want to talk about, things that are specific to this map, and we will go for about half an hour and we will take another break. Guys, keep in mind, if you highlight your question in chat, they will automatically go in our queue system and we will be able to have them appear on screen, which is pretty awesome. That system we have here. Last thing before we leave, when this debate is over, I will be hosting a post-debate Project Winter game with all of our participants that want to jump in. So when it's over, don't leave, guys. We're gonna have at least 1 or 2 Project Winter game, and we will play specifically on the Deepwood maps. Deepwood map, we will do custom games, and we will try to test many of the points that were made tonight, and to see if one team was right or one team was not. So, you guys ready to jump back in?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't think we said it too
Yes,
hard of a
sir.
map
Awesome.
as well.
So have a
I think
specific.
we never really said that.
You said what, Peezer? Sorry.
Said we never really said that it's too hard of a map. I don't think like it goes both ways for everybody. It's more of a technical situation, but I don't
Can
think
you
it's
admit
like.
to being a baby?
No, that was Hollow.
No, I did, but that
I'm
doesn't change.
pretty sure Peezer did too.
I did, but
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
change my opinion. I can be as big a baby as I want. Doesn't mean that I thought it was harder specifically. I think it's more tactical or strategical or whatever the word is for that.
It's just not as balanced, I guess.
Yeah, I just cry when no one looks. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now everybody's looking at you, Peezer.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not doing it.
in the screen.
Accent tough.
Okay, my question here. There's something that's very specific about this map that I noted before we started, and I really take advantage when I'm entering on this map. The lack of wood available around the cabin is very something that is not presented on the other map. In most maps, you have a lot of trees around the map, which makes the traitor sabotaging the fire. It just maybe like a slight inconvenience. On this map, the amount of trees is very, very lacking. Maybe it's made on purpose, and that means that as a trader, if I chop down all the trees, and I just hide or waste all the wood, it makes the trader's sabotage of the fire much more efficient. Is that something you would think as an impact on the map being unbalanced/balance?
I've never thought of that.
I've never had an issue with that.
I've had the issue.
I had the issue.
I just
Yeah.
never thought of it really.
But I kind of like
think it-
that aspect of it because on the other maps, like saboting the fire doesn't really do as much.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I don't
I-
think that
Cool. Good.
with the amount of time it comes up, I don't think it really badly affects the balance of the game. And even then, it only takes a little bit longer to fix. I mean, definitely takes longer. It's noticeable, but it's not enough of a downside to really make it unbalanced.
Say it makes it a little bit more traitor sided though.
But it's not enough to really matter in the long term.
In like the
but you
slightest
could
way, yeah. It does.
Slow survivors quite a bit.
It does.
can't
Like
find the
you're
wood.
not wrong. It definitely does because there's nothing there. And I actually I've never thought about it, but I've had it happen to me, and I never thought like there's no wood here. But now that you say it, totally, it is a tactic to slow them down as much as you can. It's still something you can do.
Yeah,
Except I just never thought about that. Thank you. That's cool.
Like the fact that literally none of you guys have noticed that really thought about it just points to the fact that like yeah, it does affect the game, but it's not noticeable to say, oh, the entire map is unbalanced because oh, the campfire takes longer to repair.
I mean, I've had to go 2 times over to grab some wood.
That's like the slightest thing on the top of the issues. Like, you know,
one thing
really
I've noticed in my game is that when the fire gets broken on this map, it usually stays broken for a hell of a long time.
Yeah, so survivors are weaker.
I'm sorry, what was that last comment?
I think the fire has less effect too because the bunkers in the dark wood almost always have a campfire, if not 3, on each of them. And so it's also easier to just get a campfire, you know? Half the time I don't return to cabin in dark woods. I just sit out and beat off the campfire that, you know, from the bunkers.
I agree with that, FTL, but I also run into those like people who are babies and don't want to leave cabin because they're half health because they're cold.
Yep.
That's again not a map issue.
A whole team up here.
Yep, not a map issue. I agree.
I don't need to be lumped in like that.
I'm sorry.
But it
I'm
is kind of an
sorry,
issue, though.
RealDealTealSeal. That
Stupid
sounds more
shit.
like a you problem and not a
like,
map problem.
Honestly, like Horse Thief pulled up forever ago, so you can cut that out. But I mean,
Oh,
That was just a callback. It was a callback.
Who?
it was a callback, but she called you back on it. So it seems to be something that's being said.
like
every
yeah,
time.
it's a me problem because I play mostly with randoms.
No, there's nothing wrong with who you play with. I just wanted to make that joke. I don't actually know who you play with. But yeah, it was purely for the joke of it already happening, and I was calling back. So no harm, no foul.
Hey, you don't apologize for your attempt.
I have
Dude,
to.
this is
It's
a
just like
debate.
stand
We're
snake
supposed to
behind
get
him.
heated.
Stand
Apologize.
behind.
I can't.
They are wrong.
Apologize
wrong.
after the show. We don't want to show them
Okay,
any mercy.
Okay, all right, I'll do that.
They are the enemy.
Screw blue team, except for Sully. You're awesome because you support me
Thank you.
a lot, and I mean all of you support me. But he like says I'm handsome, so that's
Ooh,
all.
that's the way. Eh?
All I gotta do
I
is
need
keep
you to
talking
think
about
of
it.
them
Though.
as traitors. Okay?
Yeah, they're traitors. Got it. Anyways, let's reel it back in. I wanted to say something. There was like the moment in time where you get. This is like a couple minutes ago where you all just were like, oh, you know, I never thought about the traitors having an advantage when they extinguish the fire and we have to bust our ass to get wood. But I really stand by this. It's like, if you guys just now noticed that when we were talking about it on a debate and you've had time to like prep ideas for this and you're just now noticing that while we're mid debate, then I don't think it was that huge of an issue to you. Whether it is or not, it just comes off as it not being that big of an issue to you. And because I think it's an issue on every map, I'm not saying it's hard to get wood on other maps compared to this one. It's just like, yeah, you extinguish the fire, you have to go get wood now. That's a pain in the ass. But obviously it's not such a pain in the ass to where you complain about it on a debate for deep woods. So that's all I gotta say about that.
I think we all agree.
Every team
We
agreed
don't
that
really see that as a problem.
Yeah.
We just see it as like, oh, that's a strategy that could be used and it's kind of nice, but it's not
It
that
does
major of an
help
inconvenience.
traders.
Yeah, but
Yes,
it's not
but
like a
that's like-
unique problem because of deep woods, and I think that's what Asparagus might have been trying to get at because I see that he's leaning towards your guys' side, which is like a 5v4.
Oh, well, Asparagus is always biased though.
Yeah, I'm
He's
just
never,
saying.
I'm
uh,
not biased tonight. I'm
like,
asking
neutral.
questions to both sides. I don't think Dudeman's gonna be able
I
to
can't.
call me
I
out
will
today.
defend Asparagus in the fact that
I
he
called you
did
out
go
earlier. I already
for
did my deed. I already mediated the
And
mediators.
after you did that, I took a question for your
You
side.
played
So.
dog. You
Immediately
played dog
stopped.
and came over and grabbed our bone. No.
Lol.
Oof.
I can't relate to the wood issue. I use an axe, so it's really not that hard.
Yeah,
I've
but-
truly never
Yeah.
had an
How does
issue
your
with
axe
it.
help you if there's no 3-2 chop with it?
There's signs.
Signs.
Again, like FTL said, so many
And
campfires.
then you run into those
And-
noobs that get mad at you for chopping down the signs.
And then you
I don't
just
know
yell
what
at
I
them.
hate that.
You just yell at them
That's
and they
not a
become
map
obedient.
issue.
You just yell at them and they become obedient. It's
It's in the
I-
south. It's not going to be hard to find. You just go down to the bottom.
taming randoms is easy.
Okay, I think
Not
we've
when you're a
covered.
woman.
I can't
Well,
speak on
yeah.
that.
That was another debate. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of that, that's a nice segue, Real Deal. Thank you for that. We've had a debate on episode 8. We have a all-woman crew on the debate show, and we discussed if Project Winter was a welcoming community for women. So if that's something that interests you, you can find it on my YouTube page. It was one of our most viewed debates so far. So thank you for the segue, Real Deal.
That was
You're
the best
welcome.
discussion, by the way. I just want to shout that out to anyone.
It
So-
really was.
Okay,
So I
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Dudeman.
So you guys think it's unbalanced. That's fair. So like you think it's very traitor sided, right? I want to make sure before I proceed with what I'm saying. It's too hard for survivors. Traitors just mop the floor. That's the general blue team mind, right?
No.
No.
No,
No.
no. Traitors don't have the advantage over survivors. You haven't been complaining about
A
tower
traitor
bunkers.
that is like diligent. Absolutely.
Okay.
yeah.
You can
What
you
do
Not
you
can
guys
diligent.
say?
Even
What is the
you can put the
imbalance?
same
I mean-
Well,
If you're not,
That's
if traitors aren't
yeah.
the issue,
3
then
bunkers.
what's the
No,
imbalance?
I keep
3
getting told that
bunkers
it's
and
a
12
me
drinks.
problem, but like, you know, because I play mostly with randoms, right? And a lot of them are new. I have to take and teach a lot of them how to even play the game to begin with. So like it is more traitor sided in a sense that, you know, they're running around with their head cut off and they don't know what they're doing. But if I'm with in a lobby of experienced people, it's not so much of a problem. But if we're talking about the average Project Winter player that doesn't have like a set group of 8 people that know what the hell they're doing, it is unbalanced.
So it's unbalanced with random. Okay, that's
I keep running into
That's a
this
point.
thing where you guys keep bringing up like non-map issues and you keep
So,
bringing
the thing-
lobby
Wait,
issues.
wait, wait.
the
though.
thing I wanted to get
What?
at is if it's really so unbalanced, why is it relatively the same? Like, there's not really a fluctuation in win rates and losses compared to
We-
the rest of the maps.
I don't
Do we
Actually,
know that for sure
statistics.
though? Do we have an
Yes,
actual
You-
statistic?
I
you
have
could have
talked to
gotten
Red
us that
5.
information.
All right,
No,
then
I've
what?
talked-
All
like,
right, you
what
with
is
your
it?
We
insider
do our
info.
homework
That's a
here
good
on the
thing.
red team.
That's
we
a good
know our
thing.
statistics.
He said the statistics that he doesn't have the exact numbers because it's not even that much of a noticeable difference
Oh,
between.
you asked?
rest
You
of
went, you went for stats?
I did because you called me out last time because I thought the person who
Oh.
provided some stats, but you didn't give us all of them for. You gave the other team stat. I don't know. So I wanted to make sure that I actually had cover this time, since clearly you do not like my side.
I am absolutely neutral this time.
Mm.
Because
Very
when I
nice.
came out with the debate question in my head, I could find legit answers for both sides, and I would say there's no way I can take a side myself on this one. I need to be convinced. I need either one of the team to tell me which way I need to go, because I can see both sides. One thing that's specific to this map as well that no one has brought so far, cabin being on the south side of the map instead of being in the center. There's no central
bring it
hub.
up.
What's up?
I said something about it
Well,
earlier.
we
I said
kind of-
how, like,
yeah,
it's easy not to get lost because you just gotta go south down.
Yeah,
That's the
but-
one benefit of that map.
We touched it, true. But what I want to say, there's no central hub. I think we talked about this when we talked about Gondola map as well. Cabin is, for many people, the central hub when you all meet a few times, when you have meetings, when you talk about what's happened. So you don't have that on this map because people go, I think, my experience, go less often to the cabin. But also, under the cabin, what do we have? We have a big lake. And what traders do, they go into the station, they steal the parts, and they just throw them in the lake. And you don't have the parts, and they're lost forever. How does that come into your opinion about the map?
Wow, you could throw
You
parts
can go in the
behind a
water.
tree.
Yeah,
Wow.
any map.
They'll never find them behind the tree.
I mean, hey,
And-
it works sometimes.
And I mean, this map is better than Gondola.
What
I
about
know
the chasm?
we've already
though?
went through this, but yeah, no. At least this map makes sense. Gondola does not
Yeah.
make sense.
I think they
I
both had
love
like a good
Gondola.
challenge, though.
Also, if you're
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
the
Hear
lake,
me out. Okay, so you have
Okay.
2 stations that are out of power. You don't have a radio to call, but the gondola's in perfect condition, working. I mean, what is that about?
Oh god. It's being torn apart.
Aldo, go ahead.
I think that in a situation like that, you should get parts from the gondola.
What does it bring on this specific map, though?
Well, no, I mean the people were just saying about gondola map versus this one.
So we're saying that on every map, I agree that on every map there's a place when you can drop the parts and kind of scrap them. But the gondola, the lake is very far from cabin. On this map, the lake is next to the cabin. Does that have any
Here's the
impact?
thing. I don't think the lake is really all that big of an importance because, like, many maps have rocks, or you can hide behind a bunker, and some trees it's hard to hide behind. But
Never
there's
had me a
bunkers
traitor just
everywhere.
stealing all
There's
your rocks, then.
everywhere. But rocks, but there's trees everywhere. I'm talking about the big rocks, not the little small ones that you can mine. And you can just drop the parts there, and the odds of anyone finding them are so slim. It's the same thing with the lake. People they still could find them if they're, lucky enough, but it's just, they're gone. You can throw them off in the direction you guys have already been. The odds of someone going back there if you looted all the bunkers is pretty slim. And by the time they find the parts, first is already done.
I also
I don't
agree.
think
I
the
mean,
lake
like,
is an issue.
when a trader throws parts behind something, chances are slim. Granted that the lake, when you throw it in a lake, the chances are slimmer to none, but the slim chance is pretty good still. So
Not really.
I don't
It's
think it
actually easier to
affects.
find it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's easier to find it behind a bunker than it is to find it behind a lake.
Moose,
That's
the
just,
difference
No,
that if
To
they're
find it
behind a
in
bunker,
the
you
lake
can.
than it is to the bunker.
Well,
That's
the
just
difference
easier
with the
just
lake,
throwing
you
them in the
cannot pick them
lake.
back. That's what I think we're missing point. What if there's in the lake, you cannot physically pick them back. They're stuck there, and you cannot interact with them. They're lost. They're right in your face. You can see them, but you
so
cannot
I,
touch them.
what I'm
It's
trying
like
to
a
say is,
glitch.
like the chance of you not getting it back at all versus you getting it back behind a bunker somewhere that you don't even know. And how many times are people searching for it, like wasting their time straight up searching for it? So I don't think the probability of you finding it behind a random bunker versus you finding it not at all is so dramatic that we have to complain about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Are
I
you saying the
agree with
lake
that.
causes imbalance? Is that like, I'm so confused like with the
Like I don't catch
is the
myself playing the
water
game.
imbalance?
I can't. Every game I leave Darkwood thinking, "Oh, that gosh dang lake! It's upsetting the balance."
Not many
Yeah.
people
They
interact
gotta
with it.
nerf it. They gotta
Also,
nerf the
it's
They
lake.
nerfed
nerf
the
the lake.
I don't remember ever like once
Damn black
looking
hole, the
like
lake.
seeing, oh, the trader stole the parts. Let me go look for where they hid it. It's like, okay, let me go look for more parts somewhere else. Now like let's find the hiding spot. You
You
know?
know what I think when I leave
Like,
the thing after
You
parts
give up
done? I
looking
think
for
I
it
gotta
after
nerf that lake.
you look around the building that you first thought it was at. Like if it's like, oh, they took it from first objective, you look around the back of first objective, it's not there. You try to
That's
give
it.
up, you start looking anywhere else.
That's it though.
And I think I picked up a part in the lake before
Parts.
for the deep woods.
I think it depends of the swallowness on the swallowness. I don't know if it's when the
Yeah,
water is
shallowness,
very
but
deep,
yeah.
you can take it.
I don't know. I picked it up from like when we were walking a good 30 seconds into it, so I don't know.
Okay.
One round. Map is balanced.
Okay, last question then before we go to the break. We talked about the cabin placement. We talked about the lack of wood. I want to keep the teleport for later because the teleport itself and the bear are a big problem. Not big problem, I mean a big difference on this map. What else, Blue Team? Is there anything else you would like to bring us? Because so far, I'm going to say I am not super convinced. Most of the problems that have been brought up do not seem to be... Oh, look at Dude Man being proud right now. Do not seem to be, except a few of them, really related to this map, but they seem to be kind of related to having a unexperienced team with you. Is there anything very specific to this map you would like to bring for the last 5 minutes of this section?
I think it's unfair to say that having a bad team is not like it's definitely though it's an issue with everything, it can be applied to the Deep Woods map as well.
Here's the thing: if you have a bad team, let's say
You can say it's
in.
imbalance on the normal
Yo,
map.
Moose is getting lit. I'm with it.
everyone on the team is
Yeah, but why
imbalanced.
can't I say that right now?
Let's say everyone on the team is imbalanced. Now you have not as skilled traders and not as skilled survivors. Not as skilled traders are either not going to run off, or they're going to run off and die to wolves possibly, or they might get buffed. It's the same thing with survivors. I feel like the map,
I mean-
if the entire team is of the same skill, I think it's balanced. But obviously, commonly, we'll have things like Seal or a couple other people that are skilled mixing into a group of randoms. Now, that inherently
Yeah,
is
I get
unbalanced.
traitor a lot though with those randoms, and I don't have to lift my finger and do shit.
Yeah, so let's say 2 people queue up that are skilled, the other 6 are unskilled. The 2 people happen to get traitor. Doesn't matter what map it is, they're probably going to win.
I think when you're thinking of something that makes the map imbalanced, it's something like the old gondola. Like when it had the hatch behind cabin, that's imbalanced. That the traitor can instantly teleport the entire map. That is something that is built into the map that's completely unfair, which is why it was removed. There's nothing in Deepwoods that exists to like, it's all very situational. And I'm not trying to completely take away or discredit situationalness, but I don't think it can be, what's the word?
Solely placed on the map.
Hyped as much as it should be. Just like, yes, imbalance can affect a map, but there has to be more than just, oh, it's hard to deal with randoms, or oh, the skill levels makes the map unfair. That's my thoughts.
It's not even the skill levels. The animals will fuck up no matter where. Like, you could be a really good PvPer, and then if you go against, like, you have to go to, like, the east side, or you have to go to, not even the east side, the west side. The west side's always where people are dying the most, I believe, on those maps. If they go from the west side to the north side, and you got to fight, like, you have to run between 2 bears, and then, like, there's 7 wolves chasing after you. You have a tougher time than any other map, especially if you're a survivor, because, like, you're not having the chance of getting, like, a crossbow or a shotgun or, like, a health kit or maybe even, like, a campfire. So if you're cold or if you're just running around trying to look for stuff, you got no food, you have nothing, you're just got a sickle, and you're hoping for the best with, like, the minimal herbs that you got, then you're not going to survive with much of a chance. And that's where I see it as unfair to survivors. I do see it as unfair for the traders as well. The entire map just makes the entire map is, like you said, it's harder, but there are some lines where it's like, okay, it's just kind of like, it's almost to the point where, like, you have a lesser chance of just having any sort of a good game, besides the fact of, like, oh yeah, we died all to, like, wolves and bears and shit, rather than, oh yeah, we died to, like, the traders being really smart at stuff, or we lost, like, the survivors finishing the task quickly and doing a really good calling us out.
You could literally say the same.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a traitor use a teleport and it just killed the whole lobby, right? So I mean,
yeah,
how is that fair?
We're gonna come back to the teleport after the break. Before we go, I just want to point out something that Sul mentioned. The animal. I think you said something about being chased by 7 wolves. At first, my thinking was, damn, dude, don't exaggerate. That doesn't happen. And then I thought about this TikTok I put out this week. So I'm gonna do a little self promotion here before we go to bed. Before we go to break, not bed.
No,
we're not going to bed yet. We still have a section.
But shut up. Yeah, we got a whole other debate going on in the background.
While we go on break here, guys, I invite you to watch this TikTok. What Sul says happened. I was on the Deepwood with Pizza, and she decided to go fight Jeremy on her own, and of course she got destroyed. And then Jeremy started to go after me, and a second bear came out, so I got sandwiched by 2 bears, and then of course I died too. And then Shadow came out of nowhere as a traitor, kind of laughing at us on the ground, and then he got ambushed by 3 wolf and 2 bears. So yeah, the 7 wolf is not something that's unheard of. So I would encourage you to check this link that's put in the chat during the break. We will be taking another 5 minutes break here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. The debate is not over. We still have in a last part of the debate, and we still have the Project Winter post-game lobby going on. So thank you much, everyone, for being here, and let's be back in 5 minutes. We are now going to start the third part of our debate. Tonight on PodPipe's debate, we are discussing the Deepwood maps in Project Winter, and we're going to check if this map is unbalanced or not. We have a team of 4 up there that will argue with us that the map is unbalanced and too easy for the traders, and the red team there will argue the total opposite, that the map is not unbalanced and quite quite fair for both teams here. So I have a lot of arguments so far. We've been at this for an hour already. This is time flew by really quickly. I have a few one liked topic I want to chat about, and we also have questions for the chat. So guys, make sure if you have questions, make sure to highlight your questions. We will be asking a few of them on to our debaters. We have a new system to highlight the questions on screen right now, so I'm quite happy to see how it's going to work. So my question I have here is something we kind of touched, but not that much. I want to bring back to this, if we knew that we talked about it. One of the specific of this map is that there's, as we said before, the darkened part of the map, which are much harder with more animal. It's easy to get lost over there. When a traitor activates a teleport, which that everybody on the map just gets teleported to a random location, you could find yourself being teleported next to a bear and three wolves on your own. This could mean, at least in my experience, instant death. And this is the one thing I might enjoy less about this map, because you can die to completely RNG, complete RNG. You're alive, you're doing well, instantly you just get teleported out of your wheel somewhere, surrounded by animals, and it's the end. How does that influence your opinion on the map?
Pretty much just answered it by saying it's RNG.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not about to go into the deep woods with
Yeah.
low health, but if a traitor activates, that solar pulse or whatever,
The hell you're not. You're getting out
then,
there anyway.
I'm gonna end up in deep woods regardless, and I might only be half health and just die if I end up next to
I've
those
died on
three
other maps
wolves.
getting teleported next to a normal bear.
Yeah. It's annoying, but like
It's just the risk
But
is
it's more likely.
the risk is way worse when you're solar flared on that map than it is any other regular one, though. Like, I think we can all agree on
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, no matter what side.
100%, yeah.
So
Sorry,
that
go ahead.
it does make one of the traders objects they can make. It does make it a little bit more useful than it does on other maps too. Like, again,
Or
I'll
even
just-
if you had
Traders can
a
get themselves
radio
killed as well.
jammer too, that could help with stopping
oh yeah.
most like the conversation.
jammer
so
is
if you
good
say,
in
"Oh,
general, I
I'm found
don't-
in this area,"
Radio jammers are basically useless unless the survivors.
no way.
happen to-
We'll start another debate about that one. It's totally useful.
They fix
Well, I
it
guess it is
They're
because it was
useful.
broken.
Are you talking
It-
about how it blocks your own radio?
It
Oh, it
block
does.
Yeah.
the-
Yeah, I don't.
doesn't-
It
I
didn't
wouldn't
used
say
to do that.
useless,
If you're
but I
talking
will
about
say
that, that bug is fixed.
in many scenarios, it doesn't help at all.
I haven't
There is
even
a few
bothered trying to use
scenarios
it.
in
It
which
fucked me
Right.
over.
No, yeah,
Right.
you can talk.
I'll never craft one, but I'm happy
Yeah,
to see one in a drop. Like, it's like, well, unless it gives me 2 radio jammers, and it's like, okay, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This
agreed.
this
I
is
will
just
say
stupid.
it's
God damn it.
It's just I don't know. It only useful sometimes if the survivors happen to be on radio. At least a good chunk of them. Oftentimes, I feel like I jam the radio and then it doesn't like affect the actual gameplay outcome.
I think a big thing is that a lot of people, they get intimidated by the animals, which is fair. But then they run, and then they find more animals, and then they keep running, and just
Yeah.
like you can't run. Like, I'm not like, if you run, you're
well, if
basically
you fight one animal, you're down like to what? Maybe half your health if you're really good. If you're good, maybe you didn't take any damage at all if you're really fucking good. But if you're like an average player, because me, I'm like, okay, I can handle a buff trader with the sickle and like a partner easy. If he has like twice our health, we're fine. We can handle them together at half health. But if I'm fighting like these wolves, it's like, okay, I'm getting shit fucked up. I'm not surviving this for nothing on that map. Like, especially if like, okay, the solar pulse, that's just, you know what, the traders using their objects to their most potential. I can't really complain about that. It's like, that's just RNG of what happens. Like, they decide to do that. It's definitely unfair enough to where, like, okay, it's more easier for them to get a win because they can just teleport you around the map, especially if they know like you guys are cold, because they can take away all the wood, like Asparagus said. And if there's a blizzard that happened, you would be kind of fucked trying to like survive a fight with these wolves and whatnot. I say wolves a lot because those are the animals I die to the most. I just get 3 of them coming at me every time. It's like, oh well, I'm fucked.
I'll definitely admit that I'm biased on the concept of fighting animals, I will almost always tell people to cope and get better because it's never going to happen. But I am a big proponent of. I'm sure a lot of people do it. People just stand on bunkers and fight animals because it's like an invisible protection barrier.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna change because it's way too hard to code and fix, which I understand. But like what's like I don't know.
That's fair,
just-
but sometimes I just get stuck without a bunker to run to yet. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta just fight
Yeah,
some.
exactly though. You're trying to run to a bunker to get to a safe spot. Like that shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't be able to
You
abuse.
gotta fight back.
Exactly.
But, I
If Miller
mean-
was here, he would say the same.
It's I don't know.
But like that's the one safe haven of like, okay, you're fighting these buff ass wolves with half your health already down.
Especially if you don't know how to fight wolves yet.
Even
Which
if you
we've
do know
all
how to
been
fight
there.
wolves, it's like still it's kind of hard to like 3 wolves like.
Oh yeah, 3 wolves is
strength a lot
tough
stronger.
a bit, especially if you don't have the health. But
Here's the thing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Even if you use as a trader, let's say you use the warp, you make sure you have a large amount of health when you do it. The
Mhm.
problem is that if you do happen to be the person to encounter the 3 wolves, unlike the survivors, you're still going to be low on health, if not dead, because if someone is inexperienced against wolves, those wolves can take down. I've seen those wolves take down a 2k health trader without much of trouble. And so I feel like the wolves are deadly to traders too. You keep arguing like, oh, I got them a health in the survivor, and even if you do survive as a trader, you're going to be weak because
Trader
three
has a
wolves
better chance
double
of
health.
surviving because of their health.
exactly, the trader has a better chance of surviving.
Well, here's
It's
the
not that.
thing.
Oh
My
yeah,
argument
they're most
earlier
likely.
is that there's for whatever reason on Deep Woods there seems to be a lack of herbs compared to many other maps. And if I'm a trader, I'm buffed up. The survivors probably know who I am because I've been missing and I've been buffing up.
Yeah.
I fight on these wolves, now have a lot less health, and due to being hard to find herbs on that map, it's hard for me to heal back to full, which means most likely by the next
I don't
time
know, I've
I
never
fight,
had that problem.
I've had it at least 4 times on
Okay,
that
but
map.
you also have a higher chance of getting more health due to the fact that you can get a chance of like getting
medkits
a
in your
med kit
trader
from a
grades. Got
Yes,
Yeah.
Feta. I don't know why. Maybe it's just
It's
me being
RNG.
unlucky,
I understand that, but
but I
you
always
still have a
find that I
better
can
chance of
find
surviving
herbs
no
on
matter
that map.
what than a survivor would.
Especially if you rush those tower bunkers and got Jeremy.
Well, you mentioned a few times, FTL. It's not the first time you say tonight the lack of herbs. This is not something I've noted myself. Is that an actual thing from
I
this
don't
map?
know if it's an actual stat.
Around
but it's at
the
least a
cabin,
problem
yes,
for me
there are less.
that the entire map to me is it's hard to find herbs on that map. Like I'll find a couple here and there, but I feel like people either
I think there are more around the cabin. I
use
usually
them all.
steal them all.
Yeah,
No,
people
there's
use them all,
there's like
so
maybe 2 piles that you can get around the cabin on
Well, you
on
just
that
gotta go
map,
a little
and then
further. I
there's
think.
I always struggle to find
you go to like
herbs that
the
aren't
east or
guarded.
west, you'll find a lot there.
I feel like there's a lot in middle.
Yeah, but like you have to go away from the cabin a bit
Yeah.
to go to the middle.
Go east or west, you're gonna
I would
run into
say
another bear.
they're not
Yeah.
as like you said you struggle to find them. They're not as common in patches of 3, but there's a lot of like big patches
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the dark.
And I feel like it's hard to get out. Let's say I'm a trader and I'm running out of time. I use the warp and I need to get to somewhere in a limited amount of time, but I don't know where the big patch of herb is. Now, I don't know. This is harder.
Yes, but
Well,
if you need to actually run though, you can also like just hatch away as well as a trader.
speaking
most
of herbs,
survivors-
I wasn't talking about running. I was talking about finding herbs.
yeah, speaking of herbs here, FTL, by the way, Feta says around the cabin as scarce herbs, but out in the wood there are so many. So, is there something someone can confirm?
Yeah, no,
I
I've
think that in
seen
the
that.
woods there are definitely herbs, but partially what I'm talking about is usually the herbs either have more animals next to them, so by the time I'm fighting the animals, maybe I can make a profit if I manage to maneuver the animals well enough. And east and west has less animals in the far east, so I guess I could go there, but those are at the corner of the maps. How do I know that's where I need to go? What if the objective is northwest? You know, in that weird spot where it's hard to get around. Oh, no, that's east, I think, where the weird spot is. I'm thinking of, but yeah.
Okay. Speaking of animals, then the last thing I want to point out, the very distinctive point of this map is there's the big bear, the big boss on top that many people call Jeremy, the big bear with big glowing eyes that kind of protects a bunch of loot, but apparently doesn't protect it so much because a lot of people find a way around to get the loot without fighting a bear. Does the presence of this bear influence your decision on the map being balanced or not?
No,
He's
because I can
optional.
just avoid the
No.
He's
fight,
totally
yeah.
optional.
No, I just gotta run past the bear and
Optional.
grab the crates. It's not hard to sneak past.
Like if the thing's in the if the second objective is on like right next to him,
Weaker
then it's
than
like
I
okay,
am.
yeah, you gotta run past him a bit. But like if you have the batteries, that's an issue. But you can
I
always
think
go
his
take a
loot
long way
is a
around.
little unbalanced. And I mean, you're more likely to die to the wolves. And if you don't know not to
I
bother
will
fighting the
say-
bear,
A traitor that or someone who gets that bear is a little unbalanced. I will agree about that. I think the bear should be made. The box cannot be opened until the bear is dead. And then it
oh
prevents.
yeah,
one
they should be
person.
like padlocked. The
Yeah.
gate should be there. The gate should have to fall.
You need to insert
Mm.
9 meat, 3 furs, and a
Mm.
heart.
Yeah, from the bear.
Yeah, I like that idea though.
Yeah, I'd be up for inserting something into it. Like you actually have to use parts to open a gate there rather than like because
So I
there's
mean,
no way
like,
you can
for
stand there
revival-
without him beating your ass up.
Yeah, I think you just have to kill the bear, and then they'll
Yeah.
unlock. You know, because then it encourage teamwork, or if you have a lot of bear traps, you can
What's
do
the
it
point of
solo.
that bear being there if I don't gotta kill it?
Memes.
Extra
Yeah.
loot and memes.
So are you guys saying that it should not be optional?
No, well,
It should not
It
be
should not be
optional. for
optional.
the
That's
parts.
that's a bit of a stretch.
yeah,
It
like
should be
it
still
should be
optional.
optional to fight it, but it shouldn't be optional to like to get the parts that you need from the.
You have to
box
kill
gate.
Jeremy before you can finish first, no matter what, every game.
Oh, I fucking quit. I would leave.
Wait,
Yeah, that's
just
third objective. It's third. You have to
go
call
to
the
the
radio.
bear
The
and-
radio's in the bear cave.
The
just
radio
go
is
to
the bear.
Just go to a
It's
bear
in-
doing a bunny event.
in his
and
guts,
cause
you gotta get it.
chaos.
What if the bear was guarding the exit?
I don't
Oh,
think I would.
God.
No, that's a
I
bad
feel like you
idea.
can still run
That's
past
He's
too
it.
like a
though.
much.
third traitor at the exit. I'd say that's
Yeah,
unbalanced.
that would be map imbalance. Because that is a direct.
No, it would just be more
obstacle.
unbalanced than it already is.
It's okay to be wrong.
It is.
I know, dude, man.
Whatever
It's okay
side
to
is
be
wrong,
wrong.
it is
Yeah,
indeed okay to be wrong.
Exactly.
Okay,
I think
well,
this is the most civil we will be.
is there any other points you guys wanted to point out before I jump
I
into
have
chat's
I have a
question?
point. I
Mr.
have a
Moose.
point.
Okay, go ahead, Moose.
I've been quiet this whole break, or since the
Yeah.
break, but I've just been waiting on me making this point. Where I'm gonna read back to the beginning, where I'm like, okay, guys, if we were all to jump in a Deep Woods map, which we're probably gonna do soon, would you guys be mad about how unfair it is? And then I hear some, oh no, because we're all experienced players. Okay, then if we're all experienced players, it's not the map that's the issue. And I hope that, seriously, don't interrupt me real quick. I hope that all the viewers at home or wherever you are, if you're at your lover's house or whatever, on a bus, doing whatever you want to do, if you can just look me in the eyes real quick and tell me that I'm wrong, that if we're all experienced players in the same map, that it's not the map that's the issue, it's the lobby, which I know Project Winter is a small community. You got to do with what you got to do. Let me tell you, if it was a huge community, if it was gigantic, I bet you would be in more lobbies like more experienced players. Like, let's say, give it the Call of Duty population. Because Call of Duty is like overrated, but so many people play it all the time. Let's throw it into Project Winter population. I bet you'd find more experienced players more often, and you would be complaining less about the map. So, I'm just saying that's my key to why the blue team is wrong. And yeah.
They
Just
can't
compare this to
handle-
Call of
they-
Duty.
They can't handle.
Yeah.
The
I compared it to Call of
Like,
Duty
yeah,
only.
okay, let's,
I didn't
let's
compare it to
make
Call
the
of Duty.
widest
I'm
stretch
saying
we can and say we're wrong about it.
I didn't compare it to Call of Duty. I never said,
Is
"Oh,
this like
Project Winter's
another
like Call
Apple
of Duty."
like analogy type
I
thing
heard you
going
say
on?
that.
Do you want me to do an Apple analogy?
No.
No.
Uh,
Okay,
Again,
I heard
Moose,
yes.
I
I heard
love
yes
this.
twice.
it's a
okay.
thing, Moose. You always do it on every debate, so you have to do it now.
Okay. Let me think. Deep Woods is
like crab apples.
shit. I can't think of anything. No, not an Apple analogy like the fruit. I'm talking about the company Apple.
Oh fuck! I can't.
So I would do it every debate. So I guess I have to do it. Okay, so there's Apple pencils, right? There's
The
or
fuck?
pens, whatever. Yeah, you use it on your
Let 'em
iPad. You
finish.
could draw. There's an Apple 1 and an Apple 2. You guys are like Apple 2, I guess. It's not much better than Apple Pencil 1. I don't know. This is terrible. But
Yeah.
you don't need
Like,
to
they
upgrade
were
an Apple
shitting
Pencil because it's
upgrade?
already perfect. I mean, it's great, and you guys want to upgrade it to like more balanced or whatever you guys think. But it's already great. It's already balanced. It's got good weight on it. Apple Pencil 2 has like a little less weight on it. It doesn't feel as nice. So that's my
Go back to your Call of
That's
Duty.
terrible.
Go
Let's
back
go
to Call
back.
of Duty.
That was
That's-
terrible. Why'd you
yeah.
guys make me do that?
That is not your best one, Moose. You've been better at this before.
But seriously, go back to the point where just forget the Apple shit. That was out of peer pressure. But seriously, go back to the point where
It's the players, not the map.
it's the players, not the map. And you guys are complaining about a lot of player-based things rather than just
Also
map-based.
But you
complaining
need to have
about the
players on
a
a
lot of
map.
people-
You can't play
Yeah.
by yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but I'm saying
And
like
a lot of people don't have that experience though.
But is
the
that the map's
reason why we
fault?
didn't complain about it having
not-
us
It's not
as
the
like, the
map's
group
fault,
is because
but
we
maybe
all
it's
have
we're
friends,
talking
and we
about
don't
the
care
map.
if we lose or win.
Well,
As
we're
to
talking about
why
the map, are we
player
not?
base disappears because
we talking
they're like,
about
oh,
Deep
this is
Woods,
too
or are we talking
hard.
about-
This is not fun.
Are we talking about Deep Woods or are we talking about lobbies? Because if we're talking about
Okay.
Deep Woods, it's not the map's
go-
fault
They
that
go
your
hand in
lobby
hand.
doesn't know how to
Especially
play.
if
Because
it's
they
your
just gotta
first
learn.
fucking game you've ever played as Deep
Still
Woods.
not the map's fault.
No, but
That's
Moose-
literally just it's just an unfortunate circumstance.
It's worse on Gondola, in my opinion.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Literally,
I will-
you
We're
could
not
give
talking
him
about Gondola.
you could give them the first map. You could give them the basic map, and they'll just be sitting there punching
They'll be
trees.
like, I don't know
How
what
just
many
to
punch-
do.
people?
No,
Okay.
they pinch the snowmen, is what they do.
They have it coming.
Oh my god.
Hey, Cry had a good Apple analogy for me, so I'm just gonna take what he said and apply it to my own, and forget that I ever made an Apple analogy. Don't actually apply that to my debate like technique. What I said before that was truthful, and you guys. I've heard at least 1 or 2 people say that if we all played in a lobby on Deep Woods, it wouldn't be as bad or unbalanced because we're all on
we're
the same
friends,
level.
though. That's not gonna matter. Like, it's
Which is a
friends,
little
it's 'cause
less
we're friends. Like,
unrealistic,
we're gonna have
but
more
does
fun
that-
than like we're gonna have like random strangers that we're just like, oh yeah, we're getting our ass ate because we got
think-
stuck with like randoms and we're losing constantly
What
on
is
this one
I
map.
think you're
about the
missing.
map?
I think you're missing it though. That's
Those
not a
tower
map issue.
bunkers.
We're talking about map issues.
The
What makes the-
animals.
what
Yo,
makes
but your
the
question was
tower
asking if you would
bunkers
have more fun
and
playing
animals
with
unbalanced?
friends than with randoms. That
If
doesn't
both
matter
sides
no matter
face
what.
the issue.
Like you're asking
Raiders
about
have
the
more
map.
health.
The
lie, my
animals are
mom-
gonna fuck us up no matter what. But like at least we're gonna be fucked up with friends, so we can start laughing.
I'm not gonna lie. My mom told me to be quiet, and she's on Asparagus Daiquiri stream, so that means I need to really be quiet. And she's upstairs, so I'm gonna just tone it down a little bit.
She was upset with that Apple reference.
She heard
too.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
heard-
She had the
It's
apple,
like,
and
you
she said,
stop talking.
she said that's my son, really. Well, before we
Sorry.
go, Mama Moose, you should see the sandwich, the infamous Moose's sandwich. by the
No.
way.
If you want to still remain loving your child, you should never look at that.
Yeah, everyone say hi to my mom. She's great. Sorry, I'm
Moose and
late.
Mom,
Making you stay up late.
hope you have a good night.
Okay, guys, that was awesome. I think I want to bring some question for the chat that we saved so far. I think both teams made a point. What I've heard so far is that the map is imbalanced because of wolves. I mean, animals on top, towers, teleport, cabin placement, and these seem to be bad team communication or bad team being because the map is too hard. These seem to be a problem for the blue team, and these seem to be not a problem for the red team. I have this question here that we have saved. It's from Cry. Cry here says, right now, rushing the tower bunker for drinks and guns to get an advantage on this map. Does this make it reminiscent of the armory meta that was controversial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was shitty.
I've
I mean,
never
we had
opened the
that
armory on
armory
Deep Woods.
Debate.
Never opened it on Deep Woods in my life.
I don't think that's the point of the question.
I'm just saying there's an armory on Deep Woods.
There's an armory
Yeah.
on every map.
I don't even
Alright,
know
that's-
because I don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I've seen it maybe once ever in my
Deepwood
life.
has a lot of
Saw it
really
today.
strange bunker locations that are off.
I opened it last night.
So there's
On Deep
that's
Woods.
probably why you haven't seen it as much. But yeah.
You're busy crying in the cabin.
That's probably because like we don't explore too much of the deep woods, for the fact that there are animals that are gonna fuck you up constantly.
Yeah, my goal on that is to just kind of get to A and B immediately,
Mhm.
get in, get out kind of thing.
Yeah,
Even though that doesn't happen.
Okay, I have another question here that is from Feta Cheese Sandwich. Feta asks, each tile on the base map has 4 traitor crates. On the tower base map, the northeast, northwest, and south tile have the tower and no traitor crates. It is not an issue that the deep loop maps has the tower on the northeast, as well as 4 crates in the... So is it not an issue that the map has the crates and the tower bunkers?
Yeah, that's an issue because the crates itself give you energy drinks for most of them. So I know I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 that don't have it in my time of playing this game. But usually I'll see it always like you get an energy drink from every single one of them, and then you get 4 energy drinks in like the bunkers. If not, you can get like 2 in one little like crate from that bunker.
I don't find
So
I
like
get
that's 5
energy
in
drinks
1.
too often.
And
Are those
even
towers trader exclusive?
no, but that's the thing is even if you get a group of 3 people and go to 1, you can still go to 2 before they can hit the 1 by yourself. Like, yes, you can do all 3 if your trader isn't paying attention to it. You can do all 3 if the survivors are not paying attention to it, but you're going to probably have one person rush 1 at least while you do the other, and then you're still at that situation where that dude has 4 drinks. You have 4 drinks too, but he can still open crates on the way and still get
Plus,
that
like,
bunker open again.
Those 4 drinks are split between like 3 of you guys. So it's like,
That's-
okay,
That's your own ish. That's your own fault if you split
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with.
That's like if we're gonna go. I know that we've all been saying the random thing. Try explaining that to a random lobby. How that makes sense. They're like, no, you're stupid, and just fire it back, right?
Yeah.
That's not really
I still
related. It's just kind of
wanna
funny.
Say like if it's so imbalanced, if why does it still have roughly the same percentage of winning and losing?
But if
it is a bit more spread, but it's
Yeah.
still relatively.
it has the same because you can get a gun out of anywhere, which is fine.
Well,
But
don't survivors
But like
have
if
like
it's super unbalanced, shouldn't it be like a lot different than?
but
the
if
rest
it's
of
not
the
unbalanced, why are they changing it?
They're not. They're
Yes,
just
they
changing
are.
towers.
Red 5 said
That's-
as soon as
that's, like,
before we
literally
even
the
get
biggest
into
That's
this,
not
problem.
Red
just
5 made that
towers don't
comment.
just exist on Deepwoods. They exist on the other map as well.
That's true, but not 3 in a line that you just know exactly where they are right away. Like there's one on
You know
one
exactly
side
where
and
they
one
are.
on the
There's
other.
one in the north.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
in
okay,
the
yeah, you're right. But
northeast
one on the
and
north, one on one side,
Yeah,
one on the
right.
other. One on one side, one on the other. Instead of going straight down the middle and then left while the other
But at
guys go to the
least
right.
on like the tower map with the towers, you've got the wolves that are guarding the
That's true.
bunkers.
That's true.
Yeah, but the wolves, I would say, are not an issue because sadly the wolf.
Well,
cannot...
not if you know how to dip and dodge and get on those stairs.
You don't need to. You just need to kind of cheese it, and the fact that the wolf cannot get on the stair is the
The
big
man
problem
himself is typing.
to me. Oh, the man himself is typing here. Let's see what we have here from Red 5. We have here, I'm changing towers in general. There are 3 towers on every map, and they're all fairly close together too. They are. What are you what can you tell us anything, Red 5? I don't want to ask too many questions. Are you planning on maybe having the tower being on random generated spot, or are you thinking about changing the loot of the tower? What are we expecting? Because you brought it. You brought it. So I'm going to ask now. I'm curious. By the way, Peezer, while we ask this question, or Ben, not Peezer, blue team in general, what annoys you the most in these towers? The confirm 12 drinks you can get, or the guns, or both? What's the worst?
That's it. That's
The
it.
drink.
That's it. The drink. The drink.
Uh,
Oh,
The drinks and
uh,
drinks aren't guaranteed.
that's a
Yeah.
guarantee. It's the drinks. Like
Yeah.
you again. That is
Yeah.
4 crates worth of drinks in one shot from one point. When it costs you
Basically,
two
one
points
bunker
to get a
full.
drink out of one, you have to choose what you're doing when you're getting parts out of a box. But here you just got it, gone. On to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A question here. Well, just Red answer that, and I'm gonna go with Christ's question. He says towers don't work. Answering me, tower don't work on random. They are on spot. They are on specific place map. So I don't think the tower will. There's something will change. Okay,
Can I ask a question real quick?
go ahead.
So obviously the drinks. What is the difference between those towers and the crates? Like Fed made a good point that there's towers and crates. What is the difference between someone just running off on a normal map and getting 4K health?
It's just all in one spot, easy to go, accessible. You can do that. If you're one of those people that has memorized, I'm apparently going crazy. If you're one of those people that has memorized where every single box is, like that's congrats, because that is way beyond my mental capabilities whatsoever. When you play against somebody that has 4 to 5K health, it's like you never stood a chance regardless of the map.
You can't minimize that at all.
No, you
Because if you're
can't.
in the towers, the
that's-
survivors have a chance.
That's the biggest difference, is what I'm saying. Is the only people that can really do that are the ones that have memorized where every map box is. You get 30, as opposed to this, you just got 12 boxes in under 5 minutes.
Mm.
If they didn't go to it, and even if they didn't go to it, you got 1, you got 4, possibly 8.
Yeah, you don't even gotta make a melee. Just run off, get the tower bunkers, and then go get a melee out of a bunker.
4
elsewhere.
guns, and that's a horrible strategy, though.
I'm bringing.
But people do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
sorry.
4 guns? Nah.
So last question here is going to be from Cry, and I want everyone's opinion on this. Cry said right here, having first objective and the cabin in the corner of the map, does it make it imbalanced to make greater distance back and forth to complete it?
Say that again?
Since you have the first objective and the cabin in 2 different corners of the map, Cry mentioned that it makes a bigger walking distance to have to back and forth to complete it. Does it make it imbalanced?
It makes it
Nope.
unique.
Yeah, I think unique is not necessarily imbalanced. Plus,
Yeah.
it's easier to finish second usually on this map. So
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot more like traitor going back and forth and sabotaging both, running out time that way. But
Okay,
I
that
would
answers
repeat
my
the
question.
People are saying they got ads. I don't know how long the ads go.
Yeah, they were not
I just
supposed to
got an
go.
ad too.
Yeah, we'll
might.
repeat the question in a minute.
Yeah.
That means you guys are not subscribed. I'm just gonna say that like that. See?
I'm broke.
You will save the ads if you subscribe to the channel. But yeah, the ads we're not supposed to play right now.
All of my
I will.
money is good.
What do you say, FTL?
Sorry, you continue.
I'll drink some more.
Okay. The question was, yeah, Pizza's right. Rigged it. Ags are playing because she haven't gotten a raise and she rigged it. There you go. Thanks, Pizza. Well, you rigged it for me, I guess. So Craig's question was just about mentioning that on this map, specifically since the map is on the opposite side of the cabins on the opposite side of the map, it makes the walking distance toward objective longer, and wanted to know if it was kind of imbalanced. And I think most of you kind of disagree, and it just like make it different. Is that what you guys said? That is not a big issue. It's just a different playstyle.
No, it just makes it more unique.
Makes it more unique. Okay.
Yeah, like it's just like vanilla map is not, obviously we're all aware of this, but that like it's totally different. You need a whole different game style. I do like Deep Woods. I'm just not gonna say that it's
yeah, I don't
balanced.
dislike it at all.
It's always fun to get something new, something different. You don't see it every single game, which is nice. So
It's just a bit more traitor sided, is all.
Okay. Well, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. It's not over. I'm still gonna give each of you 2 minutes uninterrupted, maximum 2 minutes. I would like for you to tell me what you think of the debate, if your opinion changed in any way, if you heard any good points from your team, or if you think your team crushed it. And at the end of this, also please tell us, for everyone in chat, where people can find you. I'm pretty sure all the people in chat have people they find their favorite tonight. And if you want to go and follow and subscribe to these wonderful content creator, that will make me super happy. Silver Horsey with the gift. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Silver. It's been a while. I'm happy to see you tonight, Silver.
Jesus.
Let's go with the blue team to make a change. Olu, if you want to tell us what you think of the show, if your opinion changed, if you're still on the same side, and where people can find you.
My opinion did not change. I still think the map is stinky, especially traitor-sided. I am really happy that I always end up being on the team that Asparagus kind of
and we've been raided.
Oh wow, let's go.
Prodigy, thanks for the raid. Wow.
Oh
Awesome.
shit, Prod.
Great timing.
Fucking love him.
Great timing. It is a great timing. We were talking tonight. Sorry, guys. Well, if you guys are new in the chat, we are having a debate about the Project Winter Deepwood maps, and we are arguing if the map is balanced or unbalanced. We were doing our final call. So Hollushi was explaining us what she think about the debate, and if she think it is also related. Everyone's following and subscribing. Thank you guys so much. I will stop interrupting you, Hollushi. I feel very bad already, but that was
you're fine.
That was
You're
a
fine.
good
You're
occasion.
fine. I'm practically done. Yeah. I'm just blessed that you're always seem to be leaning on my side. Always asparagus. But yeah, I stream sometimes at Hollushi. Thank you, Asparagus, for having me per usual.
My pleasure. I'm just floored with all the following that's happening,
Yeah,
guys.
I
You
see.
that
Going
is
crazy.
that is awesome. I'm a bit all the bits. Okay, this makes it easier. Peezer, I'm gonna try not to interrupt you, but I'll give you a try to give me the your final words.
Okay, I'm gonna need a minute. I want to say something else too. I still think it's unbalanced. I still love the map though. I think it's just a sweet addition. And what I was gonna say is, I've been here a few times. I usually find myself on the side that's like saying something is not good and bring something back and stuff like that. Even though that's not really how I feel. And to the few developers that watch this and listen to us, that's really awesome of you guys. So thank you very much. I hope I don't come off as disliking it because you really brought a lot of people together and it's something that I didn't have prior to this game. I had a lot of trouble finding something I really liked, and I don't know. It's something I've been for 2 straight years, and I don't really have a attention span to stay on something like that usually. So, thank you very much, and again for listening to us. That's really just something you don't really see from a lot of development companies. So, I am Peezer Blaze. I've been partnered with the game for about a year, had it for about two. You can find me on Twitch only, and I'm on every Wednesday and Saturday night.
Peter, I just want to reassure you, I don't think you come out as negative at all. You bring good points, and we're having these debates in good fun. And also, you bring a very good point. Thank you so much for all the dev that take time of their day. I know they have a very busy day working on this game we all love, and some of them are here all the time. Pizza's here all the time. We can see Red 5 very often. We saw Sleepy Ghost a few times. That was incredible, and thank you so much for that.
And even dealing with the other one through the Discord, like Sarah, every time I need something from her, she's answered me within, a couple hours. Like I needed a code last night at 3 a.m. and woke up to one at 7. So that was you can always really count on them.
These guys are extremely responsive, are extremely listening to us, and that is one of the main reasons we all love this game so much. And Peezer, we all know you love the game, so don't worry about it. If you bring some things that you see could be even better, I think it's just positive. RealDealTealSeal, your turn.
Hi, Peezer. You're awesome. Yeah. So I'm RealDealTealSeal, and I stream on Twitch. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can find me. I still believe that Deep Woods is definitely more traitor sided.
That's it. Well, thank you for being there, Deal. It's I think it's your fifth time on the show, fifth time on the show, and it's super appreciated. By the way, I forgot to say, Peezer has been there all the time except once, and Olu has been there like almost 6 times already. So we have a lot of repeated face to there, and it's awesome. Teal, did I interrupt you saying something? I feel.
No, you're wonderful. Keep going, Asparagus.
Thank you. Sorry about it. Sul, your turn. Go ahead, buddy.
Huh? Oh yeah. Hi. I don't think I changed anyway. I find the map amazing. I enjoy playing it, but I see it as unfair at times. But then again, I can also appreciate the fact that it's a challenge, and I can appreciate both sides. So overall, I'm neutral in the matter. That never changed. It's just funny how I'm more neutral than Asparagus over here. And I hope you all have a good ass night. That's it for me.
Thank you for being there for the second time, Sol, and I hope we see you again on the show. Let's give it to the red team right now. Dudeman, what do you think of the debate? Did you change your mind in any way? Are you still firm in your stance? And where people can find you if they want to see more of your beautiful face?
I'm a little lenient towards the towers. I've lessened up on but in regards to the experience of players and animals, I'm still a firm cope and cry. But no, yeah, towers, yeah, I agree. Hopefully the changes, whatever they're coming, will be good. But I still relatively, it's equal, harder, but a little mostly fair. Yeah, I guess in terms to find my beautiful face, DudemanOG on Twitch. I shitpost on Twitter occasionally. That's really it. Don't follow me there though. And yeah, it was fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, dude, man. I think it's your third time on the show. I hope we all hope to see you back again. Especially since you seem to have a lot of debates with the chat
I just
tonight.
like attacking you. That's all.
When I'm the host.
Yeah.
You missed the one when I was a debater.
And you got owned by Zeke. Sorry.
I saw that. I was rooting for him.
Okay.
He did it when
Okay, change of topic. FTL. Go ahead. It's
Hi, I am FTL. I'm tired now, but my debate. I mean, my thing. I just think tower bunkers need nerf. That's like pretty much the only thing I'm really thinking about now. Other than that, though, my ideas haven't really changed. I'm probably not going to be streaming anytime soon. So if you want to find me, I am starting a Minecraft server this Saturday.
Oh.
So contact me in Discord, and then maybe I can let you in. It's modded with the Origins mod.
Oh.
There you go.
So guys, if you want to play modded Minecraft with Mr. FTL, you can find him on the official Project Winter Discord. You can also find him in my own Discord, which has been open 2 weeks ago. So if you want to check this link on screen, you can join my Discord. We have all the debaters in there, and we have also a lot of people. We have a lot of communities, a lot of pictures, and a lot of things we share together. So yeah, make sure to give it a go, and you'll be able to find FTL there if you want to join his Minecraft server. Moose.
What up to Asparagus community? My name's MmooseHD. I also do a show with Asparagus on Wednesdays. So I'm seen often on this channel, maybe. We do like a podcast, live podcast. It's usually about Star Wars. We could go in other ways. But anyways, this debate was great. I definitely think that the other team might think more issues are lobby related more than map related. But whatever changes come to this map, I'm happy because obviously there are some toughness factors that we could get over, and any changes to make it more balanced in the developers' eyes are happy with me. Anyways, as for me, if you want to find me, I stream every now and then. I'm in college right now, so it's tough. I value my college life over Twitch life a little bit more, just because it's
As you should.
as I should. I feel like I
idiot.
should. So anyways, until I'm a junior, so I'm almost done. But
Yo, same.
yeah, so
Twinsies.
so yeah, I study zoology if anyone's wondering. So if you have any animal questions, let me know. But anyways, Twitch, I do it every now and then. I less in college, but this summer I'm gonna go hard. So you better follow me up if you want to check that out. We'll do some fun things, and then I have a Discord that's pretty awesome. We're the most chill Discord server on all of Discord and Twitch. I swear, I promise you. Go find out for yourself, and yeah, go check out Asparagus show and like our show. We have a cool show. I think it's cool, and more people should watch it because it's dope. So yeah,
It's pretty good. Can you answer this question, Moose? How long is the average tongue of a giraffe coming from pizza right now, Mr. Zoology?
tongue. I think it's a foot long. It's a foot long, which looks weird. Also, giraffes' tongues are purple-ish, black-ish, and you might be like, "Yo, that's weird," because our tongues are what, pinkish, whitish if you don't drink a lot of water, but they're dark because they stick out their tongue to get the acacia leaves a lot in Africa, and they stick their tongue out so much that they've evolved to have a darker skin tongue so they get less sunburns on their tongue, which is kind of crazy. So
Yeah, okay,
giraffes are
Moose.
awesome.
We're gonna have to change this podcast, make it a zoology podcast, because you seem to know
I got
way too
you,
much about
bro.
that. Okay, Qwippr.
Got you.
Yeah, well, you need to restop at some point. You had 2 minutes. Qwippr, thank you so much for being here. What's your thought of the debate? Have you changed your mind, and where people can find you?
I had a great time tonight. You know, this was my very first face cam reveal right here on your show.
Really? Ever?
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
we're so glad to have seen you tonight. Congrats,
Yeah,
Qwippr.
so yeah. And I think that I probably would still say that it's fairly balanced. I do like kind of the idea of maybe having radio crates closer to cabin if everybody agrees communication's a problem. But other than that, I had a wonderful time debating with everybody. If you want to find me, I do stream occasionally on Twitch under Qwippr, same spelling. And I I debate here sometimes as well.
And I've discovered you by playing Project Winter with you. Why, like almost all of you here. So awesome. Qwippr, Moose, FTL, Dudeman, Sul, RealDealTealSeal, Peezer, and Hollushi. Thank you so much for being here. That has been an excellent debate tonight. For myself, my name is Asparagus Daiquiri, and I'm a French-Canadian streamer. I play mostly social deduction games like Project Winter most of the time. Among Us on the Friday, so if you join us tomorrow, we'll be mostly playing Among Us with the Kingdom of Nerds, which is the group created by Mr. Fudd, who's right here. And on Wednesdays with Moose here and Agathon, who's going to join us right now. We're having this pop culture debate when we spoke so far mostly about Star Wars. Yesterday, we had a 2 hours long discussion about our expectation and our prediction for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that is upcoming. And so if you want to listen to that, join us every Wednesdays in the evening. Every Thursdays, we have the Pod Pipe All debates here. And on the weekend, we do cut Project Winter with the community. That has been awesome. Thank you guys so much with all the follow tonight, all the bits, all the subscribers. We are going to come back to that later, but I appreciate every single one of you. Every debates, we always reach at least 40 viewers, which is just so nice. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will be back next week. This is not over, though. I will be taking a 5-minute break. I will be setting up a Project Winter lobby, post-debate Project Winter lobby. We will be playing the Deepwood maps. I would invite all of our debaters, if they want to join us tonight, there will be a spot for that, and I will be streaming it. So, guys, thank you for being here. Audience, thanks for being here. You can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on TikTok. Yes, Pizza, you're right. You're totally right. The Star Wars debate show is also on Moose's Twitch and also on Agathon Twitch, so Agathon 89. Guys, I see you pretty soon. I see you in a few minutes. Don't leave. This is not over.